homeboy. I mean, yeah, make a wish. It's alive, it's alive, it's alive! A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are that of imagination.
This perp back with another video, here to discuss the last two episodes of Snowfall. But before we get into the brand new episode that aired tonight, I'm gonna kind of recap y'all on episode 2. Now, episode 2 started off with Pedro kind of explaining to his sister Lucia that he has he's a new man, quote unquote, and he has this woman that that's going to be his wife, and he wants his inheritance, and his sister is very hesitant about his return and is trying to get to the bottom of why he's really returned. I have a theory on that, but I'm going to get into that later on in the video. But then we follow up to where Franklin and Leon have been captured. You know, they're being interrogated by Teddy, aka Reed. And this was such a great scene. And this is why I really fuck with Teddy, because like he will go to the extremes to let you know not to fuck with him, or, you know, to see if he can trust you. And now Franklin has to move 10 keys a week for Teddy, and Franklin has no idea that he is CIA, and I think that reveal is going to be pretty interesting. But Teddy lets Leon go back to the house, and pretty much him and now Franklin and Teddy are off to. Well, Teddy is pretty much going to show Franklin how they're going to move the product, the new pilot, and it's Franklin's first time being in an airplane. So Teddy's friend Matt shows him, you know, how to fly and whatnot for a little bit. You know, it was really cool to see Franklin enjoy himself. You know, because with everything going on and whatnot, he kind of just, you know, forgot about life for a second. But Teddy's definitely going to be an interesting character and piece to the whole show, I believe, going forward. And while this is all going on, Jerome is looking for Franklin, has no idea where he's at until he sees Leon pop up. Well, he didn't see Leon pop up first. He saw Kevin's boys pop up first, and he thought they were Franklin and Leon. But he also warned Kevin, don't be selling to the Mexicans and all this. And Kevin's boys have been on that block selling. I'm just kind of breeze through this. But what ends up happening is they don't listen to Jerome's warning. Excuse me. And Kev's boys end up getting poked up at the end of this. And now that's going to lead me into episode 3. But before we get into that, I just want to finish off what happened in episode 2. So Franklin gets back, you know, he's not harmed or anything, but he realized that he has a lot more problems he has to deal with. He goes to visit his mother, that doesn't really work out. I feel like there's going to be a rift between Kevin and Franklin because they don't; those two do not see eye to eye. But like I said, I'll explain more of that in when I talk about episode 3. So towards the end, Franklin goes to see his mother. He tries to get on her good side, and she said, "You could come back, but you have to quit." And Franklin's way too deep into this to even, he can't even quit. The only way Franklin could quit right now is if he's in a coffin. Um, and that shakes Franklin up. So he leaves his mom's house and he goes next door to Mel. And they have gotten super duper close. Almost, I don't know if they're officially a couple now, but pretty much. And that's how the episode ends. Um, Now going into episode 3, it starts off with him and Mel, but that's a very short scene. Kevin is upset that his his cousins or his brothers or his people have gotten killed by these Mexicans in the episode prior, and he takes upon himself, but without talking to Franklin, to go get revenge. And thank God that Franklin jumped in and stopped that, because we don't want to start a war here. And Franklin's not trying to start a war. He's trying to just do business and keep business as usual. Um, so he sets up a deal with Lucille because Lucia, he has her number and whatnot, and those two are going to work together, and they're going to try to figure out how Franklin could get his revenge without getting his hands dirty, because the dudes that did it are connected, so he can't really touch them. And going over to Pedro, he pops up to Lucille's place saying, like, "I'm ready to start doing business." And as you can see, his girlfriend got the biggest grin on her face. So something's up with these guys. Something's up with them. I don't have that many screenshots. I wish I had more screenshots for this episode, but pretty much Pedro's up to something. We don't know yet. We just gotta stay tuned for that. Um, Teddy goes to takes Matt to go meet the Colombians, or as he likes to say, the crazy drug dealing Colombians and whatnot. And now they have to do double the shipment now because they have more and they missed the week. And that whole scene was interesting. And I really, I really like, I just want to say, I really like Teddy and Franklin because they are very similar. Their personalities are very similar in how they want to make business and how they do business. Um, but yeah, now they're back in business. They have to figure out how to move all the 10 keys a week, you know. And even in the beginning of this episode, you see Claudia and Aunt Louie. They're getting really close, and I think that's gonna create a rift between Aunt Louie and Jerome. But that's gonna be for another time. We gotta see how that plays out. And at the end of this, wow, man, it's really looking shaky for Franklin towards the end of this, because like I always said it, like ever since the first season where he took that first key, it just like changed his life. It's just crazy. I'm excited for the next episode. The season just gets better and better. Like this is how you do writing and characters right. Power can learn from this. But thanks for tuning into this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the buttons if you want. I have a stream coming up on the 14th. Perp Culture Podcast coming up on the 14th. It should be a very entertaining stream. I'm gonna celebrate it with y'all. You know, we're gonna talk about some topics. But until then, I'm gonna check y'all later. Peace.